I hope my voice is audible to everyone. Welcome to the online lecture session on innovative development of prototype on Green Campus. So let us start the program. Myself Sandeep Reddy. So here I request Honorable Department HOD, Dr. S.M. Subhash, to give the introduction about the department. Subhash sir.
Yeah,
Yes sir.
yeah, am I audible to you?
Yes sir. Audible to everyone, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning, students. Good morning to all. And I need to welcome you all for this IIT Q3 program. Okay, first of all, you need to know what is the purpose of this program. Okay, so main thing is we know that civil department is meant to be the mother of all the engineering departments. Okay, so however, we won't. Once again, we mute the. Please everyone mute, man.
Yes sir. I did, sir.
Sandeep sir, kindly mute.
Yes sir. I did sir. I'll continue sir.
So, so now nice is there.
Yes sir. I can continue sir. I
Yeah.
muted all the things.
Okay. Okay. So as a, we know that we civil department is known to be an mother of all engineering departments. So we need to develop our department. So in the course of that, we need to enrich the knowledge of our students. Okay. So as a part of this, what we made is we made an initiation in this COVID situation. So our faculty and some other experts are going to come in future. We are planned for some programs, okay, which is to develop or enrich your knowledge. So for that, so today is the first program we are starting in the view of three things, that is innovation, entrepreneurship, as well as startups. Okay, so in view of that, we are having planned. Here also there are some programs you can expect from the entrepreneurs. Okay, those who are complete a graduation in our college, and they will do the certain things. Okay, so they will share their knowledge. It will help to you all. Okay, so I will just request. I will just ask you all to understand the program, understand the topic which is going to be present today. Okay, so we are our topics are all are with related to the latest trends and technologies. Okay, so with respect to this, develop yourself. Okay, so over to you, Sandeep sir. Over to you. You can continue.
Yes sir. Okay, sir. Thank you sir. Thank you very much. Speaker, Dr. P. Sudharani, Professor in Department of Civil Engineering in Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. Madam has completed MSc in 1997 in Marathwada University and PhD in 2004. And she is having a professional background in teaching since June 2004. Since June 2004, and and having 17 years of teaching experience in uh, various institutions. So, and her area of interest in is disaster management, water and environment technology, and Madam has published a lot of papers in international conferences. So, and Madam is having membership in MISTE, and there are so many technical teaching engagements in various departments in other various colleges. So that's today our presence will be immense for mutual respect department. That's why I'm asking Madam to continue the session with the respective topic. Sudharani Madam, you can start your session now.
Okay, good morning all. Thank you, Sandeep sir, and uh, thank you, HOD sir, for giving me this opportunity to conduct an online session. Today I am going to speak on green buildings. So, like this topic has been selected basically for students, for the improvement of the students. So, as you know, nowadays, the main research nowadays is focused on sustainable development. Okay, so sustainable development in the sense the use of waste materials which we are generating in our household, which we are generating in washrooms, which we are generating outside, electrical things, etc. So what we are doing, we are reusing and recycling of the things again and again, so as to ensure the sustainable development in the future also. Okay, so sustainable development in the sense it's nothing but it's just an management of the resources. That means use of the resources presently, keeping in view of the use in the next generation also. That means here what we are trying to do, here we are trying to reduce the environmental, here we are trying to reduce the waste. We are seeing from environmental point of view, right? Okay, so one of such innovative thing is green campus. So nowadays this has become very popular, right? So let's speak a few things on green campus. See, this is not new to you. This is not new to you, but the implementation of this is new, right? The thing is old, the implementation is new. Okay, so how to implement this? Here many students are there who are going out as engineers, right? Who are going out as civil engineers, but the implementation of green buildings in our India is there, but still it is very less. So we have to implement. We have to implement. The use of green buildings. We have to include in our architecture, so that it will be cost effective in the future generation also, right? If it will be cost effective as well as reduction of waste will be to its maximum. So keeping in view that thing, now we are going to see the green campus, right? This is one of the example. Now let us present, let me present it. Yes, are you able to see this?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. So this is one of the example of a green building. So now this green building expands and complements the building design concerns of economy, utility, durability, and comfort. Right. That means uh, it tells that we use less water, we use less water, we use less energy, we use solar. Less energy means energy efficiency, optimizes energy efficiency in the sense, how are we optimizing energy efficiency? We are using solar panels, right? So it will be completely, this building will be completely dependent on solar energy, right? And it conserves natural resources. This is our third point. So how does it conserve natural resources? Natural resources may see waste papers, slags, then ash, etc. Whatever then wood, okay, chopped wood. So all these things we are using in the construction, right? Hmm? We are using it in construction. So this way it conserves all the natural resources which are occurring in the environment, right? Then it generates less waste. So obviously if we are using natural resources, okay, it naturally the waste which we are generating will be very less, right? And provides healthier space for occupants as compared to conventional buildings. Like if we compare that, pollution is very less, right? Hmm? Naturally, pollution will be very less because here we are depending on natural resources only. We are depending upon natural resources like sun. Sun is a natural resource. Wood is a natural resource. Paper is a natural resource. So all natural resources we are integrating together, and integrating together we are living in that, we are constructing a house and we are living in that. So that is the beauty of the green building, and that is the beauty of sustainable development, right? Now objectives. Now green buildings are designed to reduce the impact on human health and natural resources. We already discussed using energy, water and other resources efficiently, and by reducing waste, pollution and degradation. So this is the new thing, environmental degradation. And we are preventing environmental degradation, right? So now, how is that efficiency? You can just watch a building here. Okay, pillars are like with walls are with crepers, right? Hmm? Now, it ensures 5 types of things. One is structural design efficiency. One is energy efficiency. One is water efficiency, material efficiency, toxic reduction. So it ensures for sure these 5 things. Right. Now, here, what are the building materials used? Now, use of slag. We are using slag from the steel mills and fly ash in concrete mixes. So, by using the slag as well as fly ash, here what we are trying to do, we are trying to reduce the carbon dioxide emissions. Okay, thereby carbon dioxide emissions, thereby reducing the air pollution. And such type of building is also more strong and resistant to corrosion. Okay, and another thing, another advantage is that sustainable approach when we are using concrete is to include a recycled aggregate. Right. So these are the we are facing it's an advantage when we use these 2 kinds of things. First of all, reduction of carbon dioxide emissions. Okay, and more we are preparing for more resistant to corrosion. Okay. Now another sustainable approach is when while using the concrete is to include recycled aggregate. Okay. Now building materials, steel we are using. So nowadays in modern world, The most recycled material used is steel. And in addition to recyclability, the percentage of recycled content of steel is deconstructability can be considered while evaluating its sustainability. So here, recycled steel consumes only 1/4 of the energy it takes to produce the virgin steel. Again, we are using wood. Now, the sustainable areas of wood are efficient framing, alternative products, sustainable material suppliers. So these are the primary sustainable areas in the use of wood, right? Now, if you see this, this is the structure of, a small table I have prepared. What are the advantages? Like bioclimate architecture will be there, passive solar architecture, and use of renewable resources. So these are the three advantages we are facing. So now, even if you see, like generally people go to gardens. Generally people go here and there for such kind of environment. They require plants. They require trees. So for such kind of environment, we need not separately go to garden. Okay, because that kind of bioclimate architecture we are facing in house itself. What we are doing, the walls, we are sending creepers to the walls. We can send creepers. Creepers means a plant which creeps. Those we can send creepers to the walls, or else what we can do, upon the terrace, we can arrange a garden, small garden. Nowadays, they are doing that only. Even in the restaurants, wherever you are going, in the restaurants, in the hotels in Hyderabad, you can see that terrace. In the terrace, the garden has been arranged. Okay, and it is also advantageous is while considering through climatic point of view, but bioclimatic point of view, this kind of settings, okay, this kind of architecture is advantageous, as well as it reduces carbon dioxide, as well as it attracts the customers who are coming over there. So these are the advantages of roof terrace. Even in house also we can do. Right. See this here. Now, the layout of the construction can be strategized so that natural light pours for additional warmth. Okay, now here for additional warmth, means suppose we want in the winter season, suppose we want warmth, so the strategy can also be done such that additional light also pours. That means here some what do you call directly here you can arrange a light, small pore-like structure through which sunlight directly pours and falls inside the house. Okay. So shading the roof with trees offers an eco-friendly alternative to air conditioning. As just now I have told you, we can shade the roof with trees or roof terrace garden also. Upon the terrace, upon the rooms also we can arrange the trees and we can arrange the flower pots and garden. So that way also we can do it. Okay. Now water efficiency. The second point is water efficiency. So what we are doing here? Here water consumption we are minimizing. So how we are minimizing the water content? Here, see, our aim is for reuse and recycling of wastewater. Okay, so in every house, what we are doing, suppose it's a small wastewater recycling plant, right? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, ma'am.
Nice. So, like what we are doing, generally the water coming from wastewater from where this wastewater is coming. The wastewater will be coming generally from kitchen washes. Okay, these are the only sources from which the wastewater will be mostly coming. And the water coming from washrooms, generally it is known as a grey water. Grey water, black water. The name given to it is grey water, and it generally consists of lot of organic matter. Lot of organic matter, it requires lot of BOD. BOD means lot of oxygen it requires for the degradation of that organic matter. And another thing is water coming from the kitchens. So water coming from kitchens generally consists of oils and grease, right? So now here what we can do for such thing, what we can do, we can, whatever we are like wasting the water, and those water can be collected. Those water can be collected and a small treatment plant. Suppose suppose at the backyard of the house, generally in a small place, if a treatment plant is constructed, like no need of primary, secondary, tertiary, and no need of passing the water through all those treatment units. Simply, if you do the filtration, if you construct a water retaining pits or simple pits, okay, for removing sand, gravel, etc. Excuse me, just a minute, please.
Ma'am, should we leave now? Our next class is there, ma'am.
Madam, unmute your mic. Madam, your voice is not audible. Unmute. Unmute your mic, madam. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Now, what I was telling, are you able to see this? View the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
One by one, I will do this one by one. So, water efficiency, we were speaking. Okay, so now in this field again, lot of research is being done in this field also. So, what we are here, what I am trying to tell is that the backyard, a small treatment plant is constructed, right, which can remove oil and grease. Okay, which can remove oil and grease, which can remove suspended solids mostly, because suspended solids and oil and grease, as well as this color and odor. So these are the main things which interfere with the water to be reused, right? So if the water doesn't consist of all these things like suspended solids and total solids, etc. So that water can be reused for at least for gardening purposes. As miscellaneous purposes, the water can be reused. Okay, so what we are doing, what we are trying to do. So in this process, we are trying to create a small treatment plant, right? In this in the treatment plant, screens, scum remover, the screens we are using. So and we are what do you call sending the oxygen so that the BOD means the load, oxygen load will be reduced. So in this way we are treating the wastewater, and then we are sending the same water to the plants. Okay. So we are growing the plants. We are growing the plants in the like roofs, etc. And here in the window shelters, in the roofs, wherever we are getting place, we are trying to grow the plants, and we are sending the same reused water. In this way, we can reduce the carbon dioxide emission, and we can create the eco environment. So this kind of environment is known as eco environment. So wherever you are using the wherever you are taken for contract, you have taken for contract. So first of all, you can propose them this kind of eco environment where recycled water and recycled water as well as plants have been used. Okay. Now the third thing is material efficiency. Now material efficiency. So first of all, nowadays in all things, in colleges, in schools, colleges, everywhere we are using this solar energy, solar power. But see, in houses, we have failed to do that. Most of the houses, they are not using the solar energy. Most of the houses. Okay, so now you have to bring that concept also while constructing the house. Now materials should be used such that they can be recycled. So here example of this are solar power plants. Not only they provide lighting, but also they are also a source of energy. So that we need to bring into use for the construction of each houses, for the construction of buildings. They are not yet popular. Only 50% of the houses use solar energy, solar power panels, but not 100%. Okay. Now the Indian Green Building Council, IGBC, was formed in the year 2001, and its aim was to bring building movement in India and to facilitate to become one of the global leaders by 2015 in green building. Okay, still we are trying to do that. Now with this IGBC rating system, here each rating system is divided into 4 levels of certification. So see, certified means to recognize best practices, silver to recognize outstanding performance, gold means national excellence, platinum global leadership. So accordingly we have divided this. Okay. Now in India, let us see this. Here, Suzlon Energy Limited, Pune. Biodiversity Conservation India, Bangalore. Olympia Technological Park, Chennai. So here in these areas, Nokia Gurgaon, Rajiv Gandhi International Airport, ITC Green Center. So these are some of the areas where green buildings have been imposed. Right. See here. This is platinum certified. Suzlon Energy Limited, Pune. LEED certified it as platinum, and it is built on an area of 10.13 acres. This building. Okay. One Earth can be counted as among the largest green building projects in India. Right. Rajiv Gandhi International Airport, Hyderabad. India's first greenfield airport is undeniably among the top 10 green buildings in India. Do you know that? It is. First airport in Asia to be certified with silver rating. Our Rajiv Gandhi International Airport is certified with silver ratings. Do you know this? The green building ensures optimal use of natural light and minimal wastage of electricity, of energy consumption. Right. Nokia Gurgaon. This is again gold rated by LEED. It's smart lighting, heat recovery wheel. See, it has a heat recovery wheel and high efficient chillers make the office stand out from the rest. So these are some of the more buildings. So they are completely different from other buildings, right? So now today more than 1053 green buildings are being constructed all over India, of which 147 are certified and fully functional. This is the status. Okay, this is the status of green building in India. Now just let us throw light on what are the materials used. Let me show you. Materials used. See, wool brick. See, these are some of the materials. Wool brick obtained from wool, right? To the clay of the brick. So the wool brick generally ensures 37% more strength than burnt bricks, normal burnt bricks, right? And this is also resistant for cold and wet climate. Okay. Then again, sustainable concrete. What do you mean by sustainable concrete? We are using crushed glass, wood chips or slag, a product of steel manufacturing, and reduces the emission of carbon dioxide. Right. So this kind of concrete is known as a sustainable concrete. See, here we are using bricks, concrete, sustainable concrete. We are using solar tiles. Sorry. They spend a large portion of the day absorbing energy from the sun, and this is the difference between solar as well as the normal tiles, right? So here we are having the solution for each and every portion of our construction, whatever we are constructing. For each and every portion also we can use. For example, for bricks made out of wool. Energy efficient tiles and paper insulation made from recycled newspapers and cardboard. Then filled with chemical foam. Okay. Then they resistant and fire retardant. They are fire resistant and retardant. The paper we are using it. So now you can only see triple glazed windows, super efficient. These are triple glazed. So we can see in this how many waste materials you are using. Okay. Now again see, using bamboo replacing the steel bars. Here instead of steel bars we are using bamboo. Right. Now but still there are merits as well as demerits also. Now till now we have seen the merits of green building. Now let us see. Merits means efficient technologies, easier maintenance, return on investment, improved indoor air quality, efficient energy, water efficiency. So these are the merits till now we have seen. waste reduction, temperature moderation, water conservation, economical construction for poor, healthier lifestyles and recreation improved. Let us see the demerits. Now, initial cost is high. Okay. It also requires place, right? Availability of materials means we have to search for the availability of materials initially. For example, wood we want and all. Means wood should be not normal wood. Wood should be such an efficient wood. We just can't go and buy a simple normal wood and then construct it, and the building won't be again stable. So for that, worker should also be skilled, and like knowledge should. The person who are going for that construction of eco-friendly building should have knowledge. So these are some of the demerits while considering the green building, and otherwise everything is okay. So okay. Now this is about the green building. So this was about green building and sustainability, and I hope everyone liked it, and in future the students who are watching it would work on it more and would try to implement this, okay, and become the great entrepreneurs, right? And see, start with a little. Always you start with a little and go for the high. Okay, don't think of high in the beginning itself. Okay, come up with the new ideas. Right. This is all about green building, and I hope you liked it, and you all will try to implement it. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Participants, if you have any doubts, you can take
Yes.
a couple of questions.
Last 5 to 10 minutes is it?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Aditya Jha.
Yes, sir. What are the challenges we are facing to develop the concept of the green building, ma'am?
Yes, a little bit louder, please.
What are the challenges we are facing to develop the green building concept, ma'am?
Whatever silencers.
Challenges.
What?
The
You can you
challenges,
type otherwise. Wait. You do one thing. You type in a message box. Whatever.
What types of challenges do you face to make buildings? He's asking, ma'am.
Lot of silences. Just you type it.
Challenges, ma'am. Challenges. CHALLENG.
Okay, lot of challenges. Okay. Yes, ma. You have to take the challenges in the beginning. See, without challenges, you can't do anything. This life itself is a challenge. So initially, if you take the challenge, then later on you will succeed. Right? This also happened initially with a small thing only. But now see, various buildings, lot of large buildings are being constructed. Okay? That will be there.
Hello, ma'am.
Nikhil. Hello, Nikhil.
Yeah, I have one doubt, ma'am.
Yes, Nikhil.
Due to this concept of green buildings,
Yes.
can this how much it will affect on the environment?
Nice question, Nikhil. Definitely, yes, Nikhil. See, definitely, I'm not telling that 100%. I'm not telling that 100% it will affect on the environment. But see, if everyone follows this, definitely, this carbon dioxide emissions, etc., whatever are there, that means air pollution. I'm telling 80% of the air pollution can be reduced by following the green concept, and our health. Our health point of view, if you see, okay, living near the trees, living near the plants definitely leads to a good health, right? So
No,
it
ma'am.
affects
I'm
it
yeah,
affects a
yeah.
lot.
It's a very good example you are saying that, but how much it will affect on the animals also, because women are doing
Yes.
lots of cutting trees, and women are constructing the buildings and like industries in the environment, like in forest.
Okay. And you mean to tell that forest we are like
We
cutting
are
the
removing the forest off of the forest. We are already removed from our earth.
see here most of the materials what I was speaking we are using recyclable. See, reduce, reuse, recycle, 3 R's. 3 R's concept. Okay, so we need to follow 3 R's concept, right? Hmm?
Yeah.
Then the-
Yes, participant, any other questions? Yes. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for wonderful experience on green building. And today we are privileged to have you. So we have come to an end of this program. It is an honor to give vote of thanks to our today's speaker, Dr. P. Sudha Rani, on the occasion of meeting in our department on behalf of the management group, and I take gratitude to today's speaker uh, here for our graceful words. With, uh, we are very fortunate to have you renewed identity from the academics personality. So last but not least, very thankful to the entire participants for today's meeting. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your wonderful time and innovative techniques on developing towards green building technology. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
thank you, Sandeep sir, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak on this patient. And thank you for keeping patience and listening, students. Thank you, students.
Thank you, participants. You all can answer. Thank you very much.